We're going to start. All right, I think we're going to get ready to start because there's a little live stream, so there's no point to wait. I know this is the end of the day, so thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Today, we're going to talk about operate Sidecar and Sidecar-less application with Istio and Argo rollout. My name is Lin Sun. I'm the director of open source at solo.io. How many of you heard of a small company? Oh, yeah, wow, a lot of you. Thank you. Awesome. So how many of you know Istio? Service mesh architecture. Okay, I don't need to explain the slides because you guys know, oh, we have sidecar architecture. The control plane is programming the sidecar to do intelligent things such as policies. How many of you are aware of we're driving a new architecture called Ambient in the Istio community? Wow, many of you. Okay, good job. So essentially what we are involving Ambient is what if you don't need to drag that sidecar along with your application? What if you just need layer 4 functionality? We would provide a per node proxy for you that implement the layer 4 functionality for you, such as layer 4 authorization policy, layer 4 traffic management. So that's what we are involving in the Istio community. What we are also involving is also split the layer 4 and layer 7 into different architecture where layer 4 is implemented per node proxy, which is the orange thing you see here. That's called zero trust tunnel. And then the layer 7 is implemented by waypoint proxy. Continue use our favorite proxy, which is the Envoy proxy. So today, I'm going to talk you through my journey of using Argo rollout with applications running in Istio Ambient. So how many of you have used Argo rollout with Istio application with Sidecar? A few of you? Okay, I actually saw a bunch of tutorial on that, so I'm not going to focus primarily my talk on that, just because it's already been known how to do that. There's very clear steps on how to do that. But the key thing is you can potentially run your application with Sidecar and the application without Sidecar in Istio, they can talk to each other, right? So, and you can continue to use Argo rollout to roll out your updates seamlessly, whether you're using Sidecar or without Sidecar. So because I'm doing a lightning talk, so I'm capturing screenshots for you, but I could do a live demo if I actually have more time. Since I only have 5 minutes, I'm just go through the demo in a screenshots format. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to deploy an Argo application in Argo rollout. And this is a really simple application where I deploy a hello world. I define the successful criteria for rollout through a rollout analysis template. I also have Istio virtual service and gateway resource. These are used to config traffic come into the Istio ingress gateway to hello world. So as you can see, everything was synced okay in this example, and I'm using this GitHub repository, which is open source, by the way, and then I specify the path when I create the Argo application. So what I'm doing next is I'm rolling out a newer version of my Hello application using Argo rollout set image command, and then I'm checking out the rollout status throughout the process. So the first time when I come in, you know, I would see the step is on 0, and we're just starting to, you know, look at the canary, get it deployed. The containers are creating. By the way, if you look at here right now, you can see my hello world. They are without any of the sidecars, right? That's what 1/1 0/1 means. So my hello world version 2 is trying to come up with the new image. Now, as I'm checking out my rollout status, you can see right now it's 3/8, which means we're halfway, almost halfway done. It's paused because in the rollout analysis template, I try to In the rollout configuration, I try to pause every 20 seconds, just making sure the results is consistent. And you can see the analysis is running. I got 1 checks, so that's why it's moved forward from 0/8 to 3/8. As it's continued forward, it's continued to roll out to 5/8. In this case, it means a little bit more than 50% of the traffic would go to Hello version 2, and then the remainder less than, which by the way, you can see the weight here, I forgot. So 60% is going to version 2, 40% is going to version 1, and the rollout is going really well. And in the meanwhile, you can also see the virtual service. By the way, the virtual service resource in Istio means the traffic route configuration. You can see the current virtual service resource for the Hello World on my system, which is how the program away is done by version 2 have 60% and version 1, which is the stable, has 40%. And I also have another terminal that shows the current result goes to Hello World service, and you can see it's roughly about 60% goes to version 2. Let's continue checking out the rollout status. Right now it's 8/8. Right now it's 100% goes to version 2, which you can see the version 1 of Hello World is getting scaled down while the pod's being terminated. So that's pretty much the final stage of the rollout, and then you can see 100% goes to version 2. Now, one thing I want to highlight, this is new with Ambient, is I actually deploy a waypoint proxy, right? We talk about waypoint proxy architecture a little bit early in Ambient, right? So waypoint proxy is the key that helps does layer 7 traffic management, layer 7 traffic enforcement. So before I started my rollout, I deployed the waypoint proxy to help facilitate that traffic shifting. At the end, after I roll out to version 2, I no longer need to have the waypoint proxy, so I no longer need to pay for the cost to run it, to operate. I can actually remove it. So at the end, I actually remove the waypoint proxy to save the cost. This is very different than Sidecar, because with Sidecar, you can't, right? The Sidecar is going to be with you regardless of whether you're on version 2 or after your successful rollout. In summary, Argo rollout continue to work with application, with Sidecar or without Sidecar. Moving application from base version to Canary version are very helpful using Argo rollout. In my opinion, Argo rollout is actually made a lot easy and also flexible by you only pay for waypoint when you really need it with Istio Ambient. So check out the GitHub repo and play with this yourself. Thank you all for attending my talk. I don't think Lightning Talk has time for questions, so I will be around if you guys have any questions. Thank you.